as well.
We noticed that during the visits of the Mr. Zhu and Mr. Locke, they said that they have a very high comments on our ultra high voltage grid. Can we say that the development of the UH3 grid and the smart grid in China is actually not interfere with US and Europe, and it also have the opportunities for us to become the new pushing up of our economies?
I would say so. Actually, according to the information posted by State Grid's own website, they have talked about the potential collaboration on clean energy between the countries, and we have also exchanged idea on promoting large-scale adoption of clean energy. Seems that the U.S. delegation has got a very, very positive impression about the State Grid's achievements in ultra-high voltage research and also their engineering practices. And also appreciating the development of ultra-high voltage grid can be very beneficial for large-scale clean energy development. Stephen Chu also mentioned that the wind resources in U.S. are mainly found in the northern region, while solar energy resources are more available in southwest, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. The country is therefore also facing long-distance, high-capacity transmission and energy storage challenges when deploying clean energy. And State Grid studies and practice have offered very valuable references for all the countries in the world.
You also mentioned the foreign capital participant in your article. This may be some obstacle of the development. According to Chinese law, electric network is the sensitive sector, and that doesn't open for the foreign capitals.
Right.
And it will restrict the development of the smart grid. What do you think?
Well, I'm looking at this from a slightly different angle. While there's no doubt about China's financial strength and technological capability, Smart Grid project is a $1 trillion long-term investment, and in addition, many different forms of advanced technologies will be involved, and some of those are in Europe's Super Smart Grid plan. Foreign capital participation can become an important driving force that can greatly accelerate the development and avoid reinventing the wheel. So, for having said that, I mean, how to overcome the statutory barrier in a legitimate way, and reasonable way could be an important element for accelerating the progress.
And we know that Mr. Lee have another title. He is the Asian Pacific Vice President of the Hitachi Metals. So Hitachi Metals is the world's biggest manufacturers of the amorphous metals. So what is the correlations between Amorphous and the smart grid?
Currently, there are three important aspects of improving grid energy efficiency. And besides the smart grid plan we have discussed, expanding ultra high voltage transmission and deploying amorphous metal transformer are the other two major projects. Ultra high voltage transmission can effectively address the loss problem in long distance transmission, and amorphous metal transformer is the solution for improving the efficiency of the distribution segment. While these two technologies belong to different areas in the grid system, they are complementary to the smart grid plan.
I'm very interested in the functions of amorphous metals that can reduce the energy consumption. I know that at present, amorphous transformer is the main transformers that can save energies. Compared with the conventional silicon steel transformers, iron loss can be greatly reduced by 17 to 80%, is it?
Yes, distribution transformer core loss actually accounts for about 1/4 of the total transmission and distribution loss. And if we take China's electricity consumption in 2008 as an example, about 60 trillion watts was wasted by core loss. And even the huge Three Gorges plant has generated only 80 trillion watts in the same year. So you can see how large this core loss is. If all the distribution transformers in China were replaced by amorphous metal transformers, this core loss would be reduced by 70%. In other words, half of the Three Gorges plants would be saved. And last year, we have announced a new generation of amorphous metal called HB1. This material has a higher magnetic saturation and will further improve core losses. Very soon, we will see how this new material bring even better values to the grid in China.
But we also heard from the industry, they have a worry about that because Hitachi Metal is the very leading supplier of the amorphous metals. So they are afraid that the whole industry is working for your company. What do you say?
I think I can answer these questions from two different perspectives. Number one, transformer is an essential product for the grid, no doubt about it. But whether you choose amorphous metal transformer or the traditional silicon steel transformer is actually a economic decision, meaning that the value of the amorphous metal transformer is built on the saving that you can provide. If the cost of the amorphous transformer is even higher than the saving you can deliver, there's no value to choose this kind of product. That's number one. And number two, in China, actually, Antai is another very important supplier of the amorphous metal material. We are slightly larger, but we are not the only supplier. So it's not really true that we are kind of in a kind of position that the industry is simply working for us. No, I would disagree about it.
You are not the only one, but you are the leading one. So hopefully, the Chinese company can catch you up as soon as possible.
I think they are catching up very well. In fact, it's good to have this, in some sense, comparative, but also in another sense, our partner to grow the global market of amorphous metal transformer. And we are working in the same direction to really improve the grid efficiency globally.
So thank you for Mr. Lee's detailed explanation of the smart grid and the amorphous transformer. Just for the interest on the Shanghai EXPO, there's a National Grid Gallery in the Shanghai EXPO valleys, and also more introductions can be about the smart grid can be found there, and also the power supply system in the whole EXPO valley is also from one of the client of Mr. Lee, the Shanghai Zixing Electric. So if you go to Shanghai EXPO, just take a look of the transformer. Usually you won't take a look of the transformer. That is the amorphous metal transformer and can save the energy for 70 to 80%. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.